look what we've done.
Look at that.
So now you have 200% more cooking area.
Are you finally gonna feed me?
Oh, right.
Hello there kids, and welcome to another episode of There's Only Soup. Our usual chefs, Joe and Kathy, are currently not available,
Kathy.
so you will have to listen to Jerry, that's me, for this week, as well as my partner, Micah.
Hello? Hey, what's up? I need your help. Can you come here? I can't. I'm buying clothes. Alright, well, hurry up and come over here. I can't find them. What do you mean you can't find them? I can't find them. There's only soup.
On today's episode, our focus will be on foods that were made possible by the Columbian Exchange. Have you ever thought to yourself, gee, I wonder where potatoes come from? Or turkey?
Oh, right. Yeah, nice big pile of turkey.
Or ginger? Who invented certain foods which use ingredients from around the world? Well, all your questions might be answered in this episode of There's Only Soup. When preparing a meal, your first impression is made by your starting dish, your appetizer. For this meal, we have got an authentic potato soup, made with ingredients from both the Old World and the New World.
Mix together a quarter of a white onion, 2 russet potatoes, half a cup of flour, 4 cups of milk, 2 tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons of salt, and
Whatever toppings you like.
it is recommended that you use 2% milk for this particular dish. For this you will need 1 small saucepan, 1 large pot, a half-cup measuring instrument, a straight-edged knife, a potato peeler, a cutting board, 1 stirring implement, 1 serving implement, and some method of cleaning up.
Your final product will be sure to impress.
What do you mean there's only soup? It means there's only soup. Well then get out of the soup aisle! Alright, you don't have to shout at me!
You know, this time of year, there's nothing better than a fill-you-up soup to make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
For our main course, we will be preparing another dish, this one sporting ingredients exclusively from the Old World. This is a traditional peasant soup, for the most casual of scrubs.
For this dish, we will need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 onion, finely chopped, 1 carrot, peeled, cut in half, and thinly sliced, 1 celery stalk, chopped, 4 cups of chicken broth, 2 15.8-ounce cans of cannellini beans, not drained, 1 pound of kielbasa sausage, thinly sliced, 3/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon Italian seasoning, 1/4 teaspoon black pepper, and 2 cups of fresh spinach.
While this might not appeal to everyone, we are trying to stick with the traditional themes here, and in our next dish will more than likely please those with more refined tastes.
So the other day, we recreated an old world style soup that'll do just that. It'll also bring back all sorts of memories. To hearty this up and ensure that it's loaded with the old world flavor that we crave, we add in some sliced kielbasa. Give it a stir and let it simmer until it's heated through. Then right before serving, we stir in some fresh spinach. What we love about this soup is that it's hearty enough for dinner, yet it's still on the lighter side.
There's more soup! What do you mean there's more soup? There's just more soup! Go into the next aisle!
The side dish is, you guessed it, another soup. On another side of the world, before the Columbian Exchange, a different set of ingredients were available for people to make food. This dish, utilizing only the finest of those ingredients, is a tasty New World chili.
Start with a 24-ounce jar of medium-spiced tomato salsa, add in a 15.5-ounce can of pinto beans, drained and rinsed, 2 cups of fresh or frozen corn kernels, and 1.5 cups of fresh or frozen lima beans. You can also add chili powder, hot sauce, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper to taste. Avocado and red onions would make a fine garnish for this dish.
If you don't enjoy the salty peasant soup as much, the spicy New World chili may be more your speed.
There's still soup! Where are you right now? I'm at soup! What do you mean you're at soup? I mean I'm at soup!
For our final item,
Have you been holding something back from me? Like dessert?
we have got
Well, I have some very special turkey. Come on over here and I'll show you. This first one I've got, it's kind of a giant cookie pizza. I call it a kukitsa. Okay.
This recipe calls for 2 1/4 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of each baking soda and salt, 1 cup of softened butter, 3/4 cups of each granulated sugar and packed brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 2 large eggs, 2 cups of chocolate chips, and lastly a cup of chopped nuts.
Cooking with our modern selection of ingredients has only been made possible thanks to the Columbian Exchange. Living in Eurasia prior to the start of the Columbian Exchange would limit one to making peasant food. Alternately, one would have to really enjoy beans and tomatoes to survive with only New World foods.
Family cookie.
I am so ready. The kukitsa. I'm so ready.
Kukitsa?
The kukitsa.
Pizza. Pepperoni pizza. Personal pizza. Pizza's
Right.
pepperoni
Oh,
pizza.
okay.
This is,
More toppings.
This has been another episode of There's Only Soup.
What store are you in? I'm at the soup store! Why are you buying clothes at the soup store?